Welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch-along of Leeds United versus QPR at Loftus Road in London. This is a massive game in Leeds United season, of course, because if we do not win tonight, it could be our automatic promotion hopes over and it could be us resigned to playoffs. So we have to win tonight. It's so important that we go out there and win. The lads have to put it all on the line and do everything they possibly can do to win this game of football. And you wouldn't expect any less from the lads that have played so well this season. You just need a couple more good performances. And as Liam B says, how nervous am I? I'm very nervous. I've kind of been looking forward to this game, but also been terrified of this game at the same time all day. Leeds currently on 90 points in second place, with, of course, Ipswich just behind them with a game in hand. So it's important that we get the win tonight. So the first thing we're going to do is just the normal thing. So if you find that you can't put anything down in the chat below, that's because you haven't hit the subscribe button yet. And if you hit that, you should be able to hit the subscribe. You should be able to chat down below. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you to all our Leeds Lately members like Chewy Backett, Karen Curtin, CB, Ben from Rad Music Chat, John Garside. I think that's everybody who's a member who's in the chat. But yeah, thank you. And Sujal is here as well, and Lee Barker as well. Karen Curtin, everybody's here. So thank you everybody so much for joining. If you want to become a member, hit that join button to help the channel out. And of course, welcome Robert Wetzel as well, another Leeds Lately member. Of course, welcome to everybody else as well, all the regulars, Mark Wood, Robert King, Liam B, Penny Lane, William Williams, everybody, welcome to the chat tonight for what is going to be a massive game in Leeds United season. Leeds versus QPR at Loftus Road. We shall go through the lineups in a second, but first of all, one little thing to talk about is Rocco Dean of Leeds That Fame has released his latest book. So I'll just hold that up for you there. That's The Sons of Reevy, Leeds United's Decade of Dominance, and of course, 10 years all about when Don Reevy was in charge of Leeds United, and how and why Leeds went on to achieve such great things under the great coach Don Reevy. Of course, forward as well, written by Paul Reaney, Rocco Dean's book. Check that out. That is in the link in the description down below. You can go and get yourselves a copy of that there. Yeah, thoroughly recommend it. So yeah, Joe, check that out down below. It's in the link is in the description. Let's have a look at the lineup for Leeds United then. So, Meslier in goal, Byram at right back, Ampadu and Rodon, two centre-backs again, Firpo at left back. Then you've got Gray and Gruev into the holding midfield, and Nonto, Jorginho, Somerville across the middle. Of course, Dan James picked up an injury, and so did Patrick Bamford. So it's actually going to be Joël Peru who starts up front as well. So let me know what you think of the starting lineup. The bench as well is Darlow, Cooper, Cresswell, Shackleton, Kamara, Charlie Crew, Anthony, Gelhardt and Mateo Joseph. So whilst we are not at full strength, we do have some very good options. Ben saying Rocco is a super nice man too. Yeah, Rocco's a really nice bloke. So definitely recommend checking out his book as well. So yeah, as it stands, Leeds on 44 games played, 90 points. Ipswich on 43 games played, 89 points. And of course, when we've played this game, Ipswich will still have 3 games left to play. How bad is Dan's injury? I think it was a torn abdominal muscle or something. I can't remember what it was, but he was on gas and air for it, and it looked very painful. But don't know if it's a long-term injury or not. I'm sure somebody else in the chat will know about that, Goz. No spoilers in the chat. Don't say goal until Max says it. CB says that's a great shout. Yeah. Please make sure you don't play. You don't say when a goal's gone in at either end in this game until I have reacted to it. Otherwise, I won't have seen it. Archie's in the team. Archie's in the starting lineup. He's playing alongside Gruev again in that midfield role. Let me just put that on the screen for you. There we go. So you should be able to see that now. Meslier, Byram, Rodon, Ampadu, Firpo, Gray, Gruev, Nonto, Jorginho, Somerville, and Joel Peru up front. Looks like rain on a small pitch. I think it was the sprinklers, to be honest, Timmy. I think that was the sprinklers. But yeah, I'm so nervous for this game. But I'm hoping that Leeds can go out there and do something early. Of course, as well, check out Classic Football shirts. Link in the description. 10% off if you use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout. And there's plenty of old retro Leeds shirts on there to have a look at as well if you want to give that a check out for me. But onto the game and onto the important things. Leeds United, of course, going up against QPR in this game. And we don't do well in London. We don't really do well against QPR, but you've got to feel in the situation we're in, we've got to do something here. We've got to do something, and we should go ahead and do it. I hope so. Cracked rib, 4 weeks, no gas and air. Bloody hell. Well, wish you a speedy recovery on that one, because that is not pleasant, is it? It's no sort of there's no sort of cast you can wear for your ribs, is there? You've just got to deal with it, and every time you breathe, you're sort of pushing on them and feeling that pain, and yeah, I don't envy you. Of course, as well, just as I was saying, those are the... Oh, it's gone right away. There we go. Those are the substitutes. If you wanted to see them, if you didn't hear when I read them out, that is the substitutes. God, Asmir Begovic is nearly whacking his head off the roof of the tunnel. That's long enough, I expect. So yeah, there you go. That's the bench for Leeds United. God, I'm nervous. Yeah, teams are just getting ready to come out the tunnel now. Welcome, Mr. P, of course, another one of our Leeds Lately members. Guys, of course, remember that Leeds. If a goal goes in either end of this game, please do not say it until it has happened on my stream, until I've seen it. 1 second, I am just going to try and unplug and plug in my light again and hope it works. You just see me disappear under the desk now. Oh, I'm alive. Oh, players are now heading out onto the pitch, so that's good. Oh my God, I'm nervous. Heart's beating. Smash that like, subscribe, and join the family for more Max watch-alongs. Thank you, Chewy Backer, for that. Yeah, absolutely. Agree with that sentiment. Sujal saying, wearing my Brazil shirt tonight, invoking the spirit of Rafinha. Well, hopefully we have that kind of essence in Crescencio Somerville on the left-hand side, cutting on his right rather than the right-hand side cutting in on his left. Do you know what? I'm really, really hoping for a big result tonight. Come on. QPR lineup: Begovic in goal, Dunn at right back, Cook and Clark Salter the two centre backs, Kenneth Powell at left back. Then you've got Sam Field and Jack Cole back in the two holding midfielders positions. You've got Chris Willock out on the right, Elias Chair out on the left, and Anderson through the middle with Lyndon Dykes up front. Of course, Lyndon Dykes had to go in net last time we played against them because Bamford got Begovic sent off. Leeds lineup, I'll put that on the screen now because they're showing it on Sky. Meslier in goal, Byram at right back, Rodon centre back with Ampadu, left back Firpo, two holding midfielders, Gruev and Gray. Then you've got Nonto, Ruter, Somerville across the middle with Joel Peru through the middle up top. Bench of Darlow, Cresswell, Cooper, Kamara, Anthony, Shackleton, Gelhardt, Joseph and Crew. So, we are moments away from kickoff here at Loftus Road, and Leeds United are hoping for such a big result here. It shouldn't be it shouldn't be the most difficult task in the world, but we know that's not always how it works out, is it, for Leeds United? But I'm really, really, really hoping that Leeds can do a job here. Just on a side note, to kind of distract us a little bit, I don't like when teams wear their next season's kit before the season's even over. Leeds never do it, but I don't like when teams do that because that's what QPR are doing. Just like save it for next season. Have it nice, shiny, fresh, and new at the start of next season. Well, I think if QPR win, they're definitely safe. So they do have something to play for, but we've got a lot more to play for. And, of course, on paper, we have a better team. So let's hope that it works out well for Leeds today. But this is stress. This is stressful situation, isn't it? Leeds having their customary huddle on the pitch. And Ethan Ampadu doing a bit of talking to them now, giving them a little pep talk before they go out there and play this game. But God, it all comes down to this, doesn't it? Well, it could all come down to this. If we win, we postpone that until the final day against Southampton. Oh, this to take us on to 93 points for the season, and we still might not go up, which is crazy when you think about it. Moments away from kickoff here. Make sure you all smash that like button because that really helps me out, helps the stream get out to more people as well. Just about to get underway here at Loftus Road. Referee asked both goalkeepers if they're okay, if they're ready to go. And he raises his whistle to his mouth. And we are underway here at Loftus Road. Evening, Paul. Welcome, Leeds Therapy. If you haven't already, guys, like I said last time, go and check out Paul's channel as QPR come forward in the early stages here. Here's Willock. Tries to get the ball into the box, but it's deflected and then taken out for a goal kick by I think it's the QPR fullback there who's taken that out for a goal kick. It is, and it's going to be a Leeds goal kick here. I think starting Peru is probably a better thing. I mean, he's the top goal scorer in the championship since his debut in 2021. He scored 53 goals. So, I mean, there's not too much of an argument you can make against him, really. Melier has to just send that one out there as he was being closed down by the QPR players. Seems like there's a few little nerves creeping in this opening minute where you can just see that players are a little bit panicked from Leeds. Anderson's going to take a throw in here, the central attacking midfielder, and I think he's going to try and take as long as possible and throw it as far as he can into the box. Evening, everybody who's joining. Long throw-in comes into the box, headed away by Jorginho. Not very far, though. Then Nonto back to Jorginho, who can then clear up towards the halfway line as Peru tries to challenge for it, but Jack Colback holds him back. And then Nonto can't quite keep that one in, and it's going to be a throw-in just inside the Leeds United half. Oh, no, it's just inside the QPR half, actually. Here's Clark Salter. Back to Cook. Cook's going to play a long ball forward here up to the left wing. And Elias Chair can't control it, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in, I think, there. Jorginho's just poked that ball forward there. Hi, Michael. Welcome. Here's Willock going down the right-hand side, looking for a way to get the ball in the box here. Crosses it in. Headed away by Joe Rodon, only to the edge, though. Leeds need to be careful here. We're giving away opportunities already. Garchi Gray's just had the back of his foot stood on there, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. Just on the edge of their own box. Yeah, we need to just be careful here. Just nerves creeping in a lot, I think, in these early stages. Here's Rodon. Back to Melier. Now Rodon again. Rodon. Plays it out wide to Byram. Byram's going to have to go backwards here and be careful not to lose the ball. He does. He finds Rodon and then passes it into Melier. I don't know, Robert, because I feel like... So Robert's asking if we should do... If he thinks that we'll do the same thing as what we did against Middlesbrough and play on the counter-attack and play quite deep. But it's QPR. I know it's an away game, but they're right down the bottom of the table. I feel like we should be taking the game to them. Ball out to Pal, the left back here. Then into Colback. Back to Clark-Salter and then to Cook. Cook again. Now Archie Gray nicks the ball. Plays it to Somerville on the edge. Somerville to Nonto now. Nonto back to Archie Gray. He's going to have to try and get the ball across the box here. Plays it across. It's cleared away though. But that's better by Leeds, winning the ball high up. Nonto keeps it. Oh, he thought he keeps it under Leeds' possession, but eventually Ampadu does, and he plays it all the way back to Melier. Here's Gruev. Let's be honest. This game and this season now is in our hands. If we can't win a game like this against QPR in a high pressure game, then do we really deserve to go up if we can't? Like, that's not promotion winning sort of behaviour, is it? That's not doesn't trend with what happens to promotion winning teams. You've got to win games like this, so let's just hope that we can. Archie Gray, nice little square ball across to Joe Rodon there. Nonto loses out there, and now Willock can come away with it. Willock's on the break here, and he's got Dykes ahead of him. Gruev is nearly going to bring him down there. He doesn't quite, and it's going to roll all the way out for a Leeds goal kick there. But Leeds need to be careful of this, because at the moment we're playing with nerves, we're playing with apprehension, we're losing the ball in dangerous situations, and really it's only a lack of quality and a lack of communication between Dykes and Willock there that stopped Leeds having a real problem to deal with there. Long ball forward here from Melier. Goes all the way through to Joel Peru nearly, and then headed back safely by Cook to Asmir Begovic. A few ex-Premier League players in this side. Begovic, of course. Cook, Colback. A few of them in there. Ball down the line to Chair. Then back square to Parl again. Taken away by Rodon, but then lost again by Leeds. Rodon's failed to get the ball back, but he has forced Elias Chair to go backwards here. Here's Anderson. Back to Colback. And then back again to Cook. Now out wide to the full-back here on the right-hand side. He's going to have to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. No, he's not. He turns and puts it into touch. Done. Firpo then getting ready to take this throw in. Here's Somerville. Not sure what that was. Was that a Leeds throw-in or a QPR throw-in? Oh, yeah, he didn't know, referee, so he's given it in the benefit of the doubt to the defensive team. Yeah, they're obviously trying to... They have their pressing triggers, QPR, don't they? And one of them will be when someone takes a heavy touch or nearly loses the ball, and that's when they pounce. And that's the sort of thing you expect to see from sides who are not necessarily sitting a bit deeper, but hoping to play on the break against a better side. And hopefully we don't give the ball away too much. As Sujal says, it's very scrappy at the moment. And Mr. P was obviously with the original comment about when Nonto lost the ball. Here's Chair. A lot of space down the left-hand side here, and he's got Pal overlapping him. Cuts inside. He's going to shoot from distance. Back of the net. It's 1-0 already. He's deflected off a Leeds player, and it's 1-0 to QPR. Why do we do this? Why do we invite pressure, and then... Why do we invite pressure on ourselves so much to then concede, to then have to have an absolute mountain to climb. We did it against Middlesbrough. Yeah, we just stood off them. I just don't know. Like, it's Chair as well, the player we were going to sign. Cuts in, deflects off Rodon. I think Meslier saves it if it doesn't hit Rodon, you know, as well. Yeah, Meslier saves that if it doesn't hit Rodon, which is obviously not Rodon's fault because all he can do is try and save it, but he's put it right in the corner there. Yeah. Rodon's deflected it into the corner, but it's not his fault. He's meant to go for the block, isn't he? Like, he's meant to try and protect his goalkeeper. It's unfortunate, but we should never have allowed him the time and space to cut in there. We were exposed. This is exactly what we did against Middlesbrough, by the way, as well, where we conceded so early. Long ball down the line from Byram towards Nonto, but that's just going to go all the way out, and it's going to be a goal kick there, but Nonto's claiming that Pal swung an arm back there, or Clark Salter, I think it was, actually swung an arm back and hit him in the face, but I just don't get why we're the team who's pushing for promotion, and we're the ones who are giving the ball away, looking panicked on it, not really. I don't think so, CB. I think it all happens so fast that I think if he tells him to leave it and then it goes in, then it's just, yeah, I think if he tells him to leave it and then it goes in, then it's, you blame Rodon for not trying to get a block in, and I think he has to go for it. As it stands, if Leeds win, if Leeds lose this, Leicester are definitely promoted. Somerville being held onto by Anderson there, but apparently that's a QPR. What is it, a throw-in or what? Honestly, I don't understand why we started the game like this. I do not understand why we started the game like this. Why are we looking backwards like that? Like what? Sorry, sitting back so deep like that. I just do not get it. Is Byram down the right-hand side. Gives it to Nonto, who cuts back. Now Gruev. Can play that across to Ampadu on the opposite side. Here's Gray. Now Rodon. Out wide to Byram again. Now down the line to Nonto. Nonto up against Clark Salter. Nonto wins himself a throw in there. And Byram can take it. Here's Rodon. The only problem is, so William saying 80 plus minutes defending is going to be tough. It is, but we've given them something more to hold on to now, haven't we? Whereas if we'd have scored first, they'd have had to come out for it and they'd have had to come and try and attack us. Whereas we've just played straight into their trap and let them score, and now they are just going to sit back. It's very, very frustrating. Rodon runs forward with the ball there, and he puts both his arms like, well, who am I meant to pass this to? Here's Piru. Now into Somerville. Somerville on the edge of the box. Now Jorginho. Back to Piru. Piru shoots! Saved away, and then just cleared there by Pal as Somerville tried to get on the end of it, and it is going to be a Leeds corner kick. Now, Leeds are terrible at corners, but can we score one when it actually matters? It's a good strike by It's a good strike by Piru because it's across the goalkeeper, and if he doesn't catch it, then he's going to spill it towards the attackers, and Somerville nearly gets on the end of it. If Powell wasn't so alive to the situation there, then Somerville would have been in for a tap-in. So it was a good strike by Piru, and I want to see more of that, him just having a shot when he's in range. Somerville with the corner then. Whips it in towards the back post, headed back across, headed away. Then flicked away again, and now they can try and come away with it through Willock here. Gruev is chasing back. Gruev forces them to go backwards here, but it's still Chair here on the ball. Again, they go backwards to Pal now, and now Cole back. So it'll be a lot calmer, CB. Ball down the line here for Willock. In the corner by Rodon. Goes back to Chair now. Ball taken away by Rodon and Byram. Now Rodon again. Rodon fouled there by Colback, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds, just outside the corner of their own box. It was a better move by Leeds, getting that shot off across the goalkeeper, but we need to make more chances like that and fast. Get a goal back. Here's Firpo. Tries to play it down the line, but it's just straight to a QPR player and done. And now back to Clark Salter, and now Colback. No, I haven't seen anything of Rutter yet either. He's been a bit of a ghost so far. Oh, Colback's just elbowed Nonto in the face there. It's the second time Nonto's been hit in the face. Yeah, it's just a little slap. I mean, it's not going to hurt Nonto that much, is it? It's just a little sort of swing the arm back, slap in the cheek. It's not like he poked his eye out or anything, but I think it is going to be a free kick to Leeds. Yeah, this is one of those things as well where it's like we have to win this game. Like it's not one of those earlier in the season games where Farke doesn't have to fully go for it. Leeds have to win this game. So there's no point not like throwing everything you can at this and really trying to win the game. There's no point trying to play for a draw or anything. So it's actually a QPR free kick this, and he's tried to play it short here, but Leeds might be on the counter-attack here. Here's Nonto as he comes forward, and him and Crescencio Somerville just tackled each other when we had the chance for a counter-attack. Oh, now Byram's flown in. Oh, he didn't get any of the ball there, Byram. He's got himself a yellow card. And in a good position for a free kick as well. Leeds just are all over the place at the moment, and it's been like this for weeks. He doesn't actually touch him, Chair, but it was a badly timed tackle, shall we say. But yeah, it's poor. And we've given away a free kick in a bad situation as well. It's as if QPR are pushing for promotion and it's our survival. Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? I just don't understand why we can play like we have for an entire season, and then when it comes down to it, we're just... Yeah. Anderson then to put the ball in the box. Headed, and then shot over the bar by Elias Chair. Thank God he skied that one, because that was another one where it's just... he could have easily put that in the back of the net there, Chair, you know. Here's Rodon. Ball down the line to Nonto. Back to Byram now. And then back to Nonto. Nonto surely fouled there. But no, it's going to be a QPR throw-in. This is when we should have been on the break, when they gave us the ball from that free kick. And Nonto and Crescencio Somerville just didn't communicate. Byram heads that one straight back to Chair there. And then Rodon's way out of position. Here's Field back to Chair. such a tight ground, Loftus Road. Like the fans are almost right on the pitch, so the cameras have to sometimes like look directly downwards because it's so, yeah, like I say, so tight. Like here where the ball's down on the left hand side. His pal coming forward with it. Tries to cross it into the box. It's a header by Lyndon Dykes there, and he's going to go out for a Leeds goal kick. But again, just we need to be careful because we're going to concede another one playing like this. Who knew that Lyndon Dykes could just grow a full head of hair if he wanted to, by the way? I think last time we played him, he was fully bald. Melier to Rodon. Now Byram. Down the line to Jorginho. Oh, is that going to be a foul against Jorginho there? It's just 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. It's going to be a free kick to QPR. The thing is, that's the thing about the playoffs. And that's why also I think the playoffs isn't really a fair system. Because one of the top 3 should go up. Just like the bottom 3 should go down from the Premier League. Or you do what they do in Germany and other leagues, Germany, Italy, other leagues like that, where the third bottom team of the Premier League or the top league plays the third top team of the league below in a one-off playoff match, and whoever wins gets to be in the top league. But I think like you can have a season like this, and yet somebody who Norwich, who come in 6th, who've had a very average season, could get promoted to the Premier League, and I don't really see how that is fair. I suppose it's the parachute payment thing, isn't it? It's to give somebody a chance who hasn't always done it, but like you have to be good during the season, and you can be not great and still get in the playoffs in the Championship. Here's Willock down the right-hand side. Now Anderson. Ball back to Willock, and he's going to try and get the ball in the box in a second, but I think he tries to play that overlapping ball into Chair. Now back to Willock again. Willock crosses it in. Near post cleared away by Byram there, I think it was. Yeah, I think it's what the Germans and the Italians do. Anderson then to take this throw in. Going to be... No, it's not quite cleared away here. We're still Willock with it. Tries to cross it in. Now Anderson inside the box. Shoots! Goal. 2-0. Honestly, we don't deserve to go up. We do not deserve to go up. It's mad how we can play like this and expect to be promoted. This is a joke, innit? What, like... What do we expect? What do we expect when we play like this? I mean, I'm not sure if that was a foul in the build-up where I think Dykes runs from an offside position, pushes about 3 Leeds players in the back of the head, and then... You could just see that coming. You could just see it coming. He just gets the ball, he's free in the box, and just... Gruev doesn't even stick out a leg to block it. He doesn't even stick out a leg. Crossman saying, where is the motivation? We have so many players that want to and can play in the top league. But the thing is, we've got so many players that want to and can play in the top league. But they're not asked if they get promoted. Well, they are, but like, let's say it like this. They don't have to get promoted to play in the top league because they'll get moves anyway. So there's really not that much on the line for them other than pride. They've shown, like Somerville, Jorginho, players like that, they've shown how good they are this season. So they'll get picked up by a Premier League club if we don't go up. So there's no danger for them. Nothing riding on it too much other than personal pride. He's Road on. Now Gruev. Back to Ampadu. Melier. Road on. Yeah, true, Rob. Welcome also, Rob, because you've just joined us. Now Joel Pirou. Pirou goes to shoot from miles out, past the post. It's going to be a goal kick there. I sincerely hope not the general. Well, Gruev just needs to put. I just don't understand why. I think genuinely Gruev blocks that if he puts out a leg. But why have we given ourselves a mountain to climb? We have to score 3 goals to get back to where we needed to be. Here's Somerville. Oh, he just loses the ball there, and it's a foul as well. I've said this, Mr. P. I've said this is why I'm not necessarily sure about signing him if you were going up to the Premier League, because I think his passing forward lacks a lot. It leaves a lot to be desired. He gives the ball away a lot with it when he tries to play the ball forward, and he does look shaky at times on the ball. His pal. Now Byram. He's Ampadu. Across to Melier. Clockbones music saying, can I explain why this happened? We just rattled. We looked nervous from the start. We just haven't been closing down. We haven't been sharp enough, tight enough. We haven't been closing people down enough to stop them getting their shots away, and it's resulted in 2 goals. And again, we've just given the ball away. Here's Colback now. Now Chair. When you think about all the points we've dropped in situations where we shouldn't have dropped them this season, it's completely mental, and we probably don't deserve to go up based on that. At any other season, we'd have been promoted by now, by the way, as well, pretty much. Here's Colback. Back to Cook. Across to Parl. Now Chair. Parl. Inside to Willock. Gruev trying to tackle him, but he fouls him, and it's going to be another free kick to QPR. Robert Wetzel saying, isn't there some stat about teams that get relegated if they don't come right back up, they end up staying down for quite a while? Touches, fewest this match. Asmir Begovic, 5. Joel Pirou, 6. Jorginho Rutter, 7. Both of them, 6 and 7 touches in 26 minutes for your 2 attackers. Your 2 central attackers is mad, because you're never going to score if that's the case. Anderson, ball across the box. Headed away by Rodon. Gruev can get there and clear it, I think. Pushed into the advertising hoardings, but Pirou here can come forward. Plays it back now to Firpo. Firpo plays it straight to Colback. Now here's Dunn to Chair. Little lofted ball down the line here towards Colback. He goes down, but no foul there from Ampadu. Here's Jorginho. Good touch and turn. Still going Jorginho. Plays the ball to Somerville, but it just hits him in the heels. Nothing's going right. Somerville should have left that. Jorginho shouldn't have even played the pass to Somerville. It should have been to Pirou through the middle. Just, yeah. Rodon's just dropped the ball straight to Anderson. What are we doing? They need to give their heads an absolute rattle at half-time. Well, no, not at half-time now. It's 28 minutes in and the ball's just dropped to Rodon and he's just tapped it straight to their midfielders and they've got possession again. Here's Pal. Now Field. To Chair. Suppose the Bamford haters will get a glimpse of what they wanted tonight. Yeah, true. Because you best believe that Bamford wouldn't be having 5 touches, 6 touches by now, by this point in the game. They've got a 50-year-old goalkeeper, and we haven't even tested him yet. He's Archie Gray didn't even get a touch on that now, and now Chair's got it. Pal. QPR are knocking the ball around with such confidence now because they're 2-0 up at home to Leeds. Here's Willock inside to Field. Field carries it here. No one closes him down. Out wide now to Elias Chair. Now Willock. Goes past Archie Gray. Now Pal. Jorginho tries to win the ball back there but can't quite. And again, QPR just play around the press and carry on with the ball. Here's Colback. To Anderson. Back to Dunn. Back across to Cook. Look, I don't know what's happened in the last sort of 5 or 6 games. In the last 2 or 3 games, but Farke's changed his whole philosophy and we're now playing a low block and conceding goals. I just don't get why we've changed our whole philosophy. It's amazing that you would change things at this point in the season. It's going to be a throw into Leeds there, and Leeds can actually get the ball back. I don't think Farke knows what to do. Ampadu with a long ball forward into Jorginho's feet. Jorginho's lost the ball there, but he has been fouled, so it's going to be a free kick to Leeds, just inside the Leeds half. Firpo. We've got to give some credit to QPR. They've played well, but we've been allowing them to play well. Gruev. Rodon. Now Nonto. Nonto to Jorginho. Oh, Jorginho, just shoot. You're in the box. And he tries to poke it on one more. You're in the box. Shoot. Ball cleared here. And now Anderson can come forward with it. Give it to Elias Chair. Gray does well to win the ball back, though. Well done, Gray. Now looks for options forward. Pokes it to Nonto. And then Nonto can find Byram. This is a little bit better from Leeds. Byram to Nonto. Back to Byram again. Down the line to Nonto. Nonto with a bit of space to try and get the ball in the box. He crosses it in towards the back post. Somerville! Good save by Begovic. And then Byram's shot is deflected away. And it's going to be a Leeds corner. Good save by Begovic. That is much better from Leeds there. Nonto with a really good ball across the box. And it drops to Somerville at the back post, whose shot is saved well by Begovic. And then Byram goes for the shot, but it's eventually away. It's a difficult skill, though, Rob, to bring out a ball from the air like that and volley it on target. Nonto. Plays it across the box now to Gruev. Gruev chips it towards the back post and just goes out for a goal kick. It's like, just put the ball in the box from the corner. Or, if you're going to take it short to move the players around and then quickly put it in, cross it in the box. Why just pass it to the edge of the box and then chip it back just out of touch? It's just poor. So poor. Good winner there by Firpo, but it's going to be QPR throw-in. The whole idea of a short corner, right, is to move the opposition players around in the box so they go, oh, where are they going to cross it in? Are we going to have to go out to them? It creates a little bit of confusion. But if you pass it out short and then you cross it into the box from a slightly different angle, it gives them something else to think about. So that is a good tactic. But playing it short and then passing it to the edge of the box, it's not going to do anything because there's no angle to put the ball in at. Headed away by Gruev. Now away by Cook. Now Rodon and Ampadu heads it back to... Wait, that must have been Gruev who headed it back to Ampadu. Now Meslier sends it long. Now Firpo. Somerville looking for options. Nonto comes for him, and then Firpo, if you just carry on your run, you might have got to that. But again, it's another goal kick to... It's another goal kick to QPR here, and it's just... Daniel Farke's just watching the game with the death stare. I don't know if he knows what to do. The thing is, Farke's plan B is to play Dan James at wing-back, which now will be Jayden Anthony because Dan James isn't here, and throw on as many forwards as possible. Piru's just not alive to the fact someone's going to come past him and nick the ball there. Here's Cook. Across to Clark Salter. Parle. Now Chair. Ball cleared there by Clark Salter. Flicked on by Lyndon Dykes, but only as far as Ampadu, and now Gruev has it, drops it off to Firpo. Now Gruev gets it back and turns on it, gives it to Rodon. Rodon luckily gets the ball through to Piru, who tries to play it through to Nonto. Can Nonto get on this? He feels like he's been pulled down by the neck there, but it's going to be a corner in the end to Leeds. Was lucky that the ball bounced through there because it's a bad pass from Rodon, and then Nonto tried to pull that shot across the goal, but it deflected off Clark Salter, and it's going to be a Leeds corner kick. I don't want another season in the Championship, to be honest. Somerville crosses into the box. Goes over everybody this time. It's the opposite problem of when we can't beat the first man. And now we're going to go back to the halfway line. Here's Archie Gray. And he's actually going to have to go all the way back to Meslier. Meslier, right-footed. Long ball forward here. Just a ball possession straight back to QPR now. Here's Willock. Plays it back to Dunn. Here's Colback. Played back to Cook and then cleared long towards Dykes. And he's offside there. Oh, it was a throw-in actually. The ball went out. Here's Firpo. Back to Ampadu. Look, if we can get one back before half-time, it massively changes things. Second worst home record in the Championship coming into this, QPR. Here's Jorginho, though, with great ball forward from Somerville. Jorginho tries to play the ball across the box, but he has one Leeds a corner kick. Have to get one back before half time, yeah. It's just... Somerville then with the corner kick. Puts it in the box. Begovic just catches it. Yeah, oh, it's... I don't have words for it anymore. His chair. Now Pal, back to chair again. One more like to 100, please. And that might ease my misery very slightly. Headed away by Firpo. Hey, thanks whoever that was. Leeds trying to clear the ball here. Here's Rodon's header forwards. Nonto picks it up. Drops it back off to Rodon. Now Byram. And then Mellier's going to have to clear this one. No, he doesn't. He plays it back to Byram. Ball all the way down the line there. And then Pal can clear that one. The ball definitely went out there. Clark Salter ended up in the QPR fans then. It's Piru, plays the ball back to Ampadu. Ampadu down the line to Firpo now. Inside to Somerville, back to Ampadu. Now Gruev. Yeah, but Clive, I think that Farke being a lucky manager and Leeds being an unlucky club, I think they counteract each other and we're just sort of at a flat medium, so things just won't happen for us. Ball down the line here. Byram can get the ball back across. Jorginho tries to poke it in and it's somehow cleared away. Oh, Nonto with a foul, and then Leeds have to just go back and defend again. And now Nonto gets himself a yellow card. The thing is, though, there's no Bamford to change the attacking side of things in terms of hold-up play. I don't really know what can he do to change it? You can bring on Mateo Joseph, but that's such a Hail Mary to put on a, what is he, 19, 20, a 20-year-old in a game like this and expect him to save you. Yeah, no James either. Gray tries to send that one long, but again, it can just be headed away easily by Cook. Gray heads it back that way, though, and then headed away by Clark Salter. Now Pal tries to bring it down, and Piru's trying to take it away from him. His chair going down the line. Chips it across the box, but it's just sliced there, and it's going to be a goal kick to Leeds. All right, Justice Brave. We know how much of the game's remaining because we can see how much of the game has gone. It's supposed to be both, Mr. P. Attacking and defensive. He's a box-to-box midfielder in that role. Jorginho with a flick on. Doesn't get it through to Nonto, though. His Willock pokes it out wide, but it only goes to Byram. I don't even think the champagne will be on ice, Sajal. I think they'll have already popped it. And I hope they have, and I hope we come back. Rodon has one ball passed to the opposition. Ampadu. Great ball down the line to Firpo, who tries to get the ball in the box towards the back post. It's going to be picked up by Byram on the opposite side, though. Here is Byram. Gets the ball back off Nonto, and now Nonto's heavy touch in the box, and it's going to be a Leeds throw in. Nonto's let him touch has let him down several times tonight. Mr. P said he has. It has, sorry. His touch. It's just. Gruev then to take this corner. Ball in from Gruev. Headed away towards the end of the box, towards the edge of the box when Nonto can play it back to Gruev, who heads it into the box. Headed away again, but picked up by Nonto. Cross to Archie Gray. Drops it off to Rodon. Now Ampadu. I just... Yeah, that's true, Sajal. They can't do any more worse than this lot. But then I just don't know. Like, what is changing personnel going to do? Because I think the whole team is playing poorly. So it has to be a tactical switch, surely. Furpo, ball down the line for Somerville. Somerville's going to try and either take on his man or play it back here to Furpo. Somerville still with the ball here. Plays it across to Gruev. Now Somerville. Jorginho. Nice ball out wide to Furpo. Furpo with the ball across the box. It goes past absolutely everyone. Byram can't keep that one in. I think Byram could have kept that one in there. I don't know why he didn't try. Yeah. I mean, the commentators just said it's a ball. That ball from Furpo is the type of ball that Patrick Bamford would probably have got on the end of. Take my watch off. It's stressing my wrist out. Byram just knocked over there. Thank you, Jeff. Really appreciate the super chat. And yes, it is rather miserable at the moment here, but hopefully that lightens up. But thank you very much for the super chat. It's mad that some people have had to pay 500 quid for the Southampton tickets, and it might be a dead rubber when we're already in the playoffs, which is crazy. I think, can it be? Oh, yeah, I think so. If QPR, if Ipswich win 2 of their next 3, then we can't catch them. Heavy touch from Piru, gives the ball away again there. 2 minutes added onto this first half, by the way. Here's Ampadu. Tries to play a long ball forward. Piru just takes a terrible touch. Get Piru off. I'm sorry, Piru needs to come off for Joseph. Piru's been woeful. Yes, thanks, Steve. I know how to keep my cool. I never really get that angry, to be honest. It just really makes me sad that we put this much time and effort into supporting our team, and we care so much, and yet when it really comes down to it, our team always does this with the perpetual bottle jobs. Oh, great touch from Nonto there to get the ball to Piru. Piru tries to square it across the box, and he's going to be a goal kick. Now that is just so unlucky. Piru tried to get it across the box. It deflected off the QPR player, then hit Piru and went out for a goal kick. It sums up our first half, that. It absolutely does. And they're going to take this goal kick, and it's going to be half-time whistle goes. Well, that is the halftime whistle, and I will be back in just a second, and we'll talk about that horrendous first half, because that was not good enough. I'll be back very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you hit that like button, chat about what's happened, and I'll catch up with you just in a second. Well, I don't feel any better after having a short break. I feel like death. What can we even say about that first half? That was atrocious. That really was atrocious. Again, I'll just mention this because I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. If you want to read about some times when Leeds actually were good and they didn't just bottle everything and they were amazing and one of the best teams in the world and had some of the best players in the world, check out Rocco's new book, The Sons of Reeve, Leeds United's Decade of Dominance. Go and check that out. The link is in the description below. Rocco's a lovely bloke and he writes very, very good books. So please check that out for me and for him. Link in the description. You can go and read the blurb and stuff and see what you think and see whether you want to purchase it. But yeah, thanks. So let's talk about the game. I almost forgot that we were 2-0 down in a really important game to get promoted back to the Premier League. Then when I just had a little second and I'm like, oh yeah. I forgot about that. It's almost 6 a.m. here. Methinks I might have a beer and cry myself to sleep. William Williams is saying, Chewbacca saying, I agree, Peru needs to come off, but Farke will just add on to the attack around the 60-minute mark. Yeah, it does seem that way because that is his plan B, is just throw every attacker on that he has to his... at his disposal. And you're missing Bamford, you're missing... Dan James as well, two of your most important attackers, and it's just not good, is it? Dukey saying the midfield is non-existent and Joseph taps that cross from Firpo in, get him on. Yeah, he does, and I think Bamford probably scores it as well, but the more frustrating thing is that Joseph's on the bench and he probably scores that. Teletone Monkey saying need a number 9, it's like a vacuum there, and that is what I think Mateo Joseph would provide. It's 4 a.m. here in Hong Kong, man. It's a nightmare to watch such a game. Yeah. I mean, it's bad enough for us, but having to get up at whatever time, I mean, in the morning, yeah, it's even worse, isn't it? If Paul saying from the Leeds therapy, if there are no changes at halftime, there is no point. You've got to make some subs. You've got to make some subs. It's the most important. Is that Charlie Austin? It is Charlie Austin. He's just completely shaved his head. He's swapped with Lyndon Dykes. If they just gone, taken his head off and gone, put it on Lyndon Dykes, and now he's bald, because that's really weird. I'd say Gray and Firpo have been okay. Everyone else looks sloppy. Gray and Firpo. I think even Gray's not been fantastic. I think their first goal, it's fortunate, is it? We should never have allowed them to get into position, but it's lucky for them. Because the way it deflects off Rodon and just goes just out of Mellier's reef. Mellier's saving that. Let's have a look again at this replay. I think Mellier's saving that. Mellier's definitely saving, because he nearly saved the one that deflected off Rodon, but he's so close to saving it. He would have saved that, and it's very, very frustrating. Joseph, Kamara in, Peru and Byram out, Gray, right wing back. Yeah, I can see that. I can see the argument for that. I think Kamara gives you a bit more stability in midfield. Look, everybody's Leedsy at times. Everybody messes things up, don't they? But Leeds do it on such a consistent basis that you just wouldn't believe it was the same club making these mistakes over and over and over again. Just like Sajal says, is this the same team that went 15 games unbeaten? Really? Yeah. It's hard to watch. It's like, okay, well, this team looks like they would barely get into the playoff places. Barely get into the into 6th the way we're playing today. Relegation fodder in the Championship. Connor Roberts isn't on the bench. I'll tell you the bench now because I did have it up. Yeah, I've still got it up here. So these are our options off the bench. For God's sake. Darlow, Cooper, Cresswell, Shackleton, Kamara, Crew, Anthony, Gelhardt and Joseph. So really, you're kind of looking to Kamara, Anthony and Joseph, where I mean, it's not the time to do it. But I think what I have seen of Gelhardt earlier in this season, when he was actually played out on the right-hand side, I quite liked him because he was good at holding the ball up, good at bringing into play players around him. He's obviously got a good shot on him and a good incisive pass when he needs to. I think Gelhardt would have been a good option to use on the right wing at times during this season. But I don't necessarily think now is the right time to just let him have a go, because it's this. I mean, if it went wrong, people would go mad at Daniel Farke. Leicester and Ipswich have had moments like this all season. They have, but when it actually really counted, they seem to have done the business. I think Roberts is injured. We cursed to just be such a massive team, yet so small at the same time. Yeah, we've got great history, and yet we just don't ever seem to live up to it, do we? Kamara on greater right back, Joseph for Peru. I'd agree with that, John Buck too. I didn't even mean that to be a rhyme. I bring the whole bench on, can't do any worse than this. Peru has been missing since Christmas. We need players to step up. When we need players to step up, they don't, Karen's saying. Yeah, and this is what I was saying at the start. Like, I'm not trying to say that any of the players don't care, because they obviously do. They obviously are trying, right, when things aren't going right. But I think there is something to be said for the fact that a lot of these players, your Somervilles, your Jorginhos, your even to some extent Meliers and people like that, they can be fairly confident that they'll get a top flight move regardless of whether we get promoted or not. And therefore, it's kind of like, well, this is just based on pride then for getting promoted, to just be like, yeah, we want to do this because we've played this well for this whole season. We want to do this, but not necessarily make or break for their careers. But it's not just this game, is it? It's not just this game, because I think earlier in the season, if we'd have beaten, I don't know, other teams where we should have beaten them, when we had Sunderland handball twice against us in the penalty area, and we just didn't get the decisions. But then also there's games where we just haven't played. Stoke away, where we've just been awful. I think as well, when people are talking about this unbeaten run we went on this unbeaten run with Meslier in goal, Firpo or Byram at left back, Rodon and Ampadu at centre back and Gray at right back, and then you had Kamara and Gruev in the midfield with whatever combination of those forwards up front. This is what we've not been doing though recently. Why haven't we been playing? I know Gray's not a right back, but play Gray at right back. Play Kamara and Gruev back in the midfield together. Get that base of what we had during that unbeaten run. And then it's like, well, this is the team that did that. Why can't they do it again? People forget that our unbeaten run coincided with Bamford coming back into the squad and form. Yeah. Why do we always have to talk about ifs and buts? Why can't we just take the easy path ever? See, that's the thing. In Bielsa's second season, it was one of the only times where we thought, oh, we're going to have to really push for this to get it over the line, and we ended up winning the league by a clear 10 points. That's one of the only times in my lifetime where we've gone, okay, let's just blitz it. And yes, it was hard getting up to that point, but once we got over that hurdle, we were like, oh, we'll just win the rest of our games then. It's just, yeah, it's horrendous, isn't it? I just don't even have any words for it anymore. If we have to come out in this second half and win. I mean, Ipswich have 3 games left. They've got Hull City on, what is it, on Tuesday night? Then they've got Coventry. Then they've got Huddersfield. Once we've played this game, there is only 1 game left. We can get a maximum of 93 points and they can get a maximum of 98. We'd only go up if they lost 2 and won 1. Or lost 1, draw 1, won 1. We'd still go up if we beat Southampton. We shouldn't have had to think about it like this, though, should we? This shouldn't be the way that things have gone, but it is, and we've got to deal with it. So let's hope that in this second half, we can just turn it round. I mean, if we can get a draw and beat Southampton and go and finish on 94 points, then and Ipswich still go past us, then fair enough. But if we just bottled both of these next 2 games, yeah, this is the game where you wanted us to win. This is the game where you thought, this is an easy one. Not an easy one, because there are no easy games in the Championship, but a game where we should be winning. What do you mean, William Williams? Is 7 points still enough? After this, there's only 1 game left. There is only a possible 3 points after this game that we can possibly win. Do you know what? It's so frustrating as well because we've done the double over Ipswich and Leicester this season. We've beaten them both home and away. No changes at half-time. No changes at half-time. If you want to make my misery slightly less, hit that subscribe button. I think we're nearly at 7,800. Just getting ready to put the timer on for the second half, but can't believe he hasn't made any subs in a game like this. Underway here in the second half. Gruev. Ball out wide here to Byram. And then back to Rodon. I'm going to sit back up again because this is anxiety. Now Ampadu. Melier. Here's Rodon. Ball down the line to Nonto. Leeds have given the ball away though. Cole back to Clark Salter and now Parle. But Leeds are seeming to press a little bit more now. And away by Rodon there, but it is going to be a throw into QPR. The thing is, we can't do much about the age of our team either, can we? That's just the way it is. Here's Byram. Now Nonto takes a nice touch inside. Nonto still going. Tries to play it across the box to Somerville, but it's cleared away. Now Ampadu with a nice calm ball to Firpo in the left-back's position. Down the line to Somerville. Gets it back again. Good play by Leeds, but then Peru just gives it straight away to a QPR player. Peru needs to go off. I'm sorry, but he's not a footballer. Here's Somerville. Now Firpo. Plays it back to Somerville. Great ball out to the right-hand side for Byram. Byram with his left foot crosses it into the box. Jorginho heads it towards the back post where Firpo... I don't know how close Firpo was to that, but I feel like he should have stuck out a leg. Let's have a look. Good ball in the box there from Byram. Yeah, a bit far ahead of Firpo there, but that was better, the way that Leeds actually looked up and tried to get the ball in the box early. We seem to be moving the ball quite quickly. See, this is what I said. I did say, though, at half-time, or before half-time, I don't know if necessarily personnel changes would help that much. It's more of a tactical change that we need to actually switch on and move the ball faster. Here's Byram. Back to Rodon. Rodon to... Piru's just lost the ball again. I'm sorry, but Piru needs to come off and now, because he does not keep the ball at any point. That's going to be another QPR corner there as Byram has to head that one away. Piru needs to come off because he's actively hindering Leeds United. He's actively stopping us holding the ball, keeping possession. He's losing it for us all the time. Anderson going over to take this corner kick. Anderson's taking a long time over this. Agreed, Penny. Anderson floats the ball across and headed away by Archie Gray. His chair who picks it up. Tries to play it back across the box. Headed! Terrible header in the end by QPR, and it's going to be a Leeds goal kick. Yeah, Piru just is not... He's not doing anything. And when he does, he actually hinders us. Jorginho gets the ball to Somerville. He's got Firpo outside him. He gives the ball to Firpo. Firpo tries to get the ball in the box, but it's going to be a throw into Leeds. Now Somerville. Plays the ball out wide to Byram on the opposite side. Now down the line to Nonto. Nonto back to Byram, who tries to play it back across the box. Headed out by Dunn, but Firpo can get on that one. Here's Ampadu. Tackled there by Dykes, but it's going to be a Leeds throw in. Ampadu across to Rodon. Now Gruev. That's a good quick ball out wide to Byram here. Byram's hesitated so much there and goes back to Rodon. Nonto. Gives the ball away. Tackled by Colback, and now QPR can come forward. Good tackle there by Ampadu, and Gray can pick it back up after the ball popped out there. Little outside of the football out wide to Byram, and then Gray gets the ball back on the wing, gets the ball into the box, and Jorginho tries to have a shot, and it's going to be a corner as it was deflected away by Steve Cook there. Leeds United have themselves a corner here in the 50th minute. I think it's going to be Gruev to take this corner kick. Nonto, just terrible shot there. Here's Somerville. Now Ampadu. Trying to get a chance to cross the ball in the box. It's popped up here. Hit Jorginho, and it's deflected wide. It's going to be a cut. That must have been a corner kick. That must have been a corner kick, because that's a Bamford-esque miss, that. Oh, my God. How can you drag that from there? I mean, I think there were so many bodies around Jorginho there that he was never going to be able to squeeze that in, but at least it should have been on target. Firpo heads that one forward. Piru's touch again gives it straight to a QPR player. Granted, that was a difficult touch to take. Going to be a free kick here to QPR after Firpo knocked over Dunn, the right back. Cook sends that one forward. Pushed away there, Ampadu by Dykes, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. Now Archie Gray. Charges forward with it. Does well Archie Gray there and plays the ball to Somerville. Somerville up against Dunn here, and it's actually going to be a throw into Leeds. Something goes in our favour. You can make it your day, William, though. You can make it your day. We need to just have some sort of spark, a goal from distance, something that just lights us up, and then we've just lost the ball and it's a QPR throw-in from our throw-in. It's woeful. It's embarrassing at times. It's just like lazy swinging a leg at the ball when a throw-in comes in and then going, oh, I'm just trudging back as if, like, work your pan out. Again, Farkas just sat staring at the pitch like he needs to try and do something. Jorginho trying to hold the ball up here. He's pulled over there, but I think Leeds are still not going to win the ball. And now Piru's going to foul another one of their players, and it's going to be a free kick to QPR for the foul on field. He's called Sam Field. I don't mean the foul on the pitch, as in the foul on the field. Here's Willock. Cuts inside now. And now Somerville fouls him, and it's going to be another free kick to QPR. This is embarrassing. Really, really poor from Leeds. We started the first sort of 30 seconds to a minute of this second half. I was like, oh, we're actually trying to move a bit faster and be a bit better here. But just as soon as 5 minutes has gone by, it's like, oh yeah, back to how we were playing before. Great, that's going to win you. It's going to win you championships, isn't it? So Anderson gets ready to put this free kick into the box. Then Anderson with the chipped ball in towards the back post, headed away by Rodon. Only to the edge of the box for Chair, though. Now Parle, back to Chair again. And they have to go back again. And Leeds doing well to push them back here. But the ball goes to Anderson. Ball out wide here to Willock. Firpo. It's going to be a corner kick here to QPR. This team playing this way is not going to get to the playoff final. No chance whatsoever. Absolutely, Sajel. We're playing like we're a relegation contender. We're playing like Rotherham. It did cross the line, Rob, because they've got goal line technology in the championship still, I think. Anderson then to get this ball in. Corner comes in from QPR. Hits the first man, but still somehow they retain possession. Jorginho with a great tackle here on Anderson. And then wins Leeds a free kick. Now he's gone down holding his face, Anderson. I think he got a little bit of a poke in the eye there, Anderson, from Jorginho. Ismailier. Rodon. I haven't seen any Leeds players warming up. I can see, I think, Jaden Anthony and somebody else. Hopefully, Mateo Joseph. Byram. Back to Rodon. Across now to Ampadu. Into Gruev. Back to Ampadu. Now Crescencio Somerville. Into Rodon. To Nonto. Piru. Down the line to Byram. Piru gets it back. See, this is not where you want Piru. He's supposed to be the striker. Now Somerville. Back to Rodon again. Ball into Piru, and he's never going to be able to control that. But he does win it back, though. He's Byram. Nonto. Byram again. Down the line to Nonto, but there's too many QPR players. We need to switch the play in quickly to try and move them around. Justice Brave, we know how much there is to play because I've got a timer on the screen. You don't need to keep saying it. Rodon into Jorginho. Jorginho plays it out wide here to Firpo. Firpo's ball into Nonto. Gets deflected, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Anderson's coming off for QPR. They're making substitutions before we are, and they're 2-0 up. I just don't get... Anderson's off and Paul Smith is coming on. Firpo, Jorginho, Somerville, now Ampadu. Sorry, that's Gray. Now Ampadu. Now Jorginho, back to Firpo, back to Jorginho again. Ball across the box is deflected out for a Leeds corner here. Ball into the box, and it's hit Firpo and gone out for a goal kick because it was the bloody front post cross again. That's dreadful. That really is awful. Half an hour to go then. Firpo heads it away. This time it's gone out wide and it's going to be a throw into Leeds. Firpo to take it. Firpo down the line. Joel Peru gives the ball away again with his first touch, and then Ampadu chests it into touch. Firpo accidentally elbowed the substitute Smith in the face there, I think, as he ran past him. I assumed that Justice Brave was asking for the amount of time he wanted to be timed out on the channel for, so I timed him out for half an hour just like he's asked for. So here's Elias Chair coming in towards the box. Goes to shoot from distance. This time Ampadu heads it away. It nearly went in the top corner. Jesus. Good header by Ampadu. But God, it could have been another one of those that happened in the first half to Rodon. Why haven't we made any substitutes? Remember, guys, don't say anything if a goal goes in either end before I've seen it. Melié's flapped at that one, And the ball's gone wide there from Colback, and it's going to be a corner kick again to QPR. I don't think that hit any Leeds players, you know. I think he's just missed it. Oh my God, that nearly went in again there, but it was offside. Lyndon Dykes was just in at the back post then. I think somehow they messed it up anyway, but offside there just by Lyndon Dykes. Byram's come off and Mateo Joseph have come on, so Piru is still on the pitch. Ampadu. Firpo. Down the line here to Somerville. Now Piru. Gets the ball into the feet of, into the head of Jorginho, but he couldn't bring it down, and now QPR have the ball back again. His field. Plays it out right to Willock now. He's got an overlap on here, and he tries to get the ball across the box, headed away here, and Gruev can poke it away to Piru. Gives it back to Gruev. Now to Somerville. Somerville fouled here by Field, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Jack Colback's just kicked the ball away. That's definitely a yellow card, and he gets one. Good on you, ref. Very rarely does that actually happen. Colback just kicked the ball away, and he actually gets a yellow card for it. How can you complain against that? That is the rule. You can't kick the ball away, and he kicked it away, so he's got himself a yellow card. Leeds trying to win the ball back here. Headed back by Gray. Now Rodon comes forward, but drops it back off sideways to Ampadu. Ampadu to Firpo. Firpo back to Ampadu. Now Gruev. Into Mateo Joseph, who drops it off nicely to Crescencio Somerville. Gets it back again from Nonto and plays the ball now to Jorginho on the wing. Oh, it's going to be a goal kick as well. Jorginho, why are you trying to take it outside there when there's no room to do so? Oh, God. Firpo heads that one back to Meslier. We've got to do something now. We've got to go and score a goal. How can we let this game end 2-0? Here's Somerville. He's got Firpo down the line, and he plays it to him. Firpo now can play the ball across the box. Joseph was nearly in there at the front post to score, and he's saying that he should have had a corner, but this is what you get with Joseph. He's already making a run, actually, at the front post. That's a goal. That's a save from the goalkeeper. That's a corner. That's a corner, if ever I've seen one. Well, Joseph is actually trying to get in at the front post and make runs that he should be making. He scores that one in the first half, by the way. But at least he's on now, and we can try and get some balls like that in. If Firpo overlaps Somerville and gets the ball across the box, Joseph's going to be there every time to try and put it in. So if we can create that similar chance to that more often. Cleared away there by Cook. Ampadu plays that one back to Meslier. Meslier spooned that one up in the air, and it's gone into touch for a QPR throw-in. Oh, well, Another year in the Championship, eh, guys? I hope you all like the Championship. I hope you all find it really fun and enjoyable. Because that's where we're stuck. Unless something ridiculous happens in the next couple of games of football. Ipswich could lose their games in hand, but they're not going to, are they? They're going to win at least one of them. And we're probably not going to beat Southampton if we play like this. Chair with the ball into the box. Headed away by Jorginho. Now Pal picks it up and gives it back to Chair. Chair tries to play it down the line. Away by Archie Gray. Somerville manages to keep it in and play it back to Firpo. Now Gray. Gray just gives it straight to Sam Field here. Field into Elias Chair in the box. Goes to shoot and just chips it over the bar really there. It's going to be a Leeds. Is it going to be a corner? Oh, there's no chance we win the playoffs. There's absolutely no chance we win the playoffs. Not a chance on this earth do we win the playoffs. We're just not that type of team. We will never win a playoffs. Is Nonto marking Clark Salter here, by the way? Headed away by Joseph. Picked up here by Smith. Tries to go down the line and put the ball in the box. Blocked by Peru, but it still manages to get in the box. But now Leeds pick it up. Here's Mateo Joseph, and then the ball kicked out by Colback, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Great to take. Yeah, we probably don't even get to Wembley, do we? Let's be honest. Here's Nonto. Joel Peru. Now Peru again. Loses the ball. Yet again! Yet again, Joel Peru loses the ball. And then it's a foul by Ampadu when he's trying to recover it. Why is Peru on the pitch? At this point, genuinely, I would 100%, no doubt in my mind, rather have Joffy on. Bring Joffy on for Peru, because Peru's offering nothing. At least Joffy's got a first touch. Melier makes a good tackle there, but it's going to be another corner. Yeah, I forgot we haven't brought Jaden Anthony on, yeah. Elias Chair is going to take this corner kick. Ball towards the back post. Back across. And then Rodon is fouled there in the box. It's going to be a Leeds goal, Leeds free kick. Peru's got 53 goals since 2021 when he made his debut for Swansea. And he's been so bad for us this game. And really not suited to us all season. I don't know why we wanted him. Rodon gave the ball away again, by the way, there, and he's got it back now. Here's Somerville. If we don't lay a glove on QPR, by the way, with these, like, we've had so long to score a goal, it's going to be ridiculous because, what, like, Nonto's just giving the ball away now. Ball across the box here from QPR. It's nearly dropped for Dykes there, but again, Ampadu has to come across, and it's another corner to QPR. Yep, brilliant achievement from Ipswich, the way that they've played this whole season. considering they came straight up from the from the League One. So fair play to them for getting promoted. Well done. And we've got another championship season to look forward to. Corner then, about to come in from QPR. Comes in from chair towards the near post. Flicked on, it's 3-0. It's 3-0. It's actually 3-0. Well, congratulations, Ipswich and Leicester. Well done. You have deserved your promotion this season. Leeds destined for the playoffs, and we will fail in the playoffs as well. So in the playoffs, you play home and away. So it will be Leeds versus Norwich at Elland Road and at Carrow Road, and whoever wins over the two ties is goes to Wembley. Firpo, Ampadu. If we score 4 now, it's the greatest comeback in the history of football. But it's not happening, is it? This is mental, isn't it? This is absolutely mental. Yeah, but John, you know what we're like in playoffs. Look at what we did against Derby, and that was Derby. That was Derby County. Now of League One Derby County is Nonto. Tries to square it back to the edge of the box, but just taken away easily by QPR. This is pathetic. This really is pathetic. I don't really get angry watching Leeds, but this is just... Leeds are... Oh, look. We are bringing on Joffy and Jayden Anthony. But a little bit too late, isn't it? Here's Somerville. Now Jorginho. Nice little roulette. Plays the ball out wide there to Sam Byram. That's a great ball. Byram back across the box. Cleared again. Nobody makes a run past the first defender, and the first defender just clears the ball away easily every time. Gray wins the ball back. Oh, he doesn't. It's actually going to be Somerville that's going to come off as well. Here's Ampadu. Here's Piru. Now Nonto. Somerville just gives the ball away to Chair, just as you do. And now they can counter-attack. Wins it back though, Somerville. Now he gets it off Gruev. Here's Somerville coming forwards into the midfield. Drops it off to Nonto. Nonto just passes it straight to a QPR player, and then they pass it straight to Ampadu. It's like watching Sunday League. Here's Firpo. Firpo crosses the ball into the box. Headed away. Here's Piru. Actually controls the football. Gruev plays it out wide to Archie Gray. Did I say Byron before? It's Archie Gray that's playing out there now. Gruev. Jorginho. Just turns into trouble and loses the ball. What are we doing? Surely that was a handball from Lyndon Dykes, but Ampadu can take it off him anyway and give it to Meslier. That's my worry as well. The general It's just, if we don't go up, we lose so many of these players, and we don't go up again the next season and the next season, and we're stuck for another, 17 years? And then we have a couple of good seasons, have some terrible management, and get relegated. Who are these two big brutes that they're bringing on? I'm pretty sure one of them's Isaac Hayden. Here's Jorginho. Jorginho fouled there by Sam Field, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Oh, yeah, of course we're going to be behind the team for the playoffs. So there's never any doubt that I'm going to support them. But this is awful. And by the way, if you're new here, I am perpetually positive about Leeds. I'm always positive. I always try and think of the silver linings in situations. I always try to stay on the positive side of things and not be reactionary and negative towards things, and try and think about things logically. But in this game, this is a joke, the way we've played. And it's the only time this season where I've actually been genuinely really irritated and annoyed. Even when Bamford missed that penalty, yeah, okay, people make mistakes, and you have to forgive them for that. But this is a game where you just expected us to go and get the result. Peru then shoots from... Oh, that's it. That just sums up our game, doesn't it? Peru just leathers it into the stand from a free kick. What are you doing? What makes you think that you're going to put that in the top corner? What makes you think you're going to put that in the top corner? What has led you throughout your career and throughout your life and throughout this game specifically, Joel Peru, to think that you're going to put a free kick in the top corner from 30, 35 yards out, 40 yards out? It's not going to happen, is it? So just put it into the box, pass it. Begovic to send that one long. I don't understand why Joel Peru hasn't been taken off is way beyond me, because he has been genuinely awful. And that's not just a scapegoating, by the way. He's just an example of what's been happening throughout the rest of the entire team. We've all been awful. No one's been good. Everybody gives the ball away. Colback's coming off, and Clark Salter's coming off for Isaac Hayden and Fox, some bloke I've never heard of. What doesn't matter, Chewbacca. Here's Jaden Anthony now. Back to Ampadu. Now Anthony again. Plays the ball down the line to Joel Peru. Across the box here to Joffy. Here's Gelhardt. He tries to shoot, but he wins, leads a corner. His name? Oh, no, it doesn't matter. His name is... Yeah. The team never plays good when there's something on the line for a placement in the table. Playoffs scare me. Yeah, we never do. When we went on that run, we were playing first every weekend. Whereas now we're playing... We've been playing after the teams when there's pressure on to get a result. How have QPR come away with the ball there? So many Leeds players around, though, and it's going to be a throw-in to QPR. Scenes if we score 4 in the last 10 minutes. Can you imagine? No, I'm talking about during that run, Rob. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about during that run. And also, there is still pressure, more pressure on tonight's game. Get a new manager for the playoffs. Here's Joffy. Ball taken off him and given back to Begovic. Cleared away. Here's Smith. He's just absolutely skinned Jadon Anthony. And again. And gone past Firpo. No, Firpo's won the ball back. Well done, Firpo. Gives the ball back to Jadon Anthony now. Anthony goes backwards. Still going, Jadon Anthony. Now he gives the ball to Joffy, who's dropped deep to pick this up and plays it out wide now. Here's Archie Gray. Warnock is free. Oh my God, can you imagine? I think the Leeds fan base would just implode. Has anybody seen Kingsman? Basically, Nonto shoots from distance, tame. The first Kingsman, the first Kingsman film, at the end when their heads all pop, that is what happens to Leeds fans if Neil Warnock was made manager for the playoffs. Away by Gruev. Going out for a QPR throw-in. Here's Smith. That's definitely not a foul. How can you stand? How can a linesman stand from me to my screen away from Gruev there and say that that's a foul? Honestly. No worries, Render. No, we haven't worked the goalkeeper. Chair then with the free kick into the box. 4-0. Do you know what though? It's not even just about this now, is it? Our goal difference has gone. Our goal difference has gone. Oh no, we're still 8 goals ahead. We're still 8 goals ahead of Ipswich. So our goal difference hasn't completely gone, but Jesus Christ. We need an 8-goal swing within these games, which you won't put it past them. Who is it? Field. Melier just saves it into his own net, but he should never have been allowed to get a free header in the box. the worst performance of the season in arguably the most important game. Albert Adoma and someone called Armstrong have come on. And Glenn Kamara gets on for the last 3 minutes. And Shackleton's come on as well. Here's Kamara, Gray, Ampadu. Kamara again. Jadon Anthony. I don't think this is on Farker. I think the players have played horrendously. The players this game have been awful. Everybody... Rodon's just done it again. An aimless pass towards the forwards that just gets cut out by a QPR player. Completely aimless. What on earth has happened? Who was it that says? Chris James. Losing 4-0 in a must-win game against QPR. Pathetic. Absolutely. This... I just don't... Honestly, I've got no words for this. This is embarrassing. Here's Gelhardt on the edge of the box. Skies it over the bar. $4-0. Can you believe it? How can we concede 2 goals in, what was it, 15 games? 2 goals in 15 games or something like that it was. And then concede 7 in 2. Kamara heads it away. Look, I've been in the away end at Man City when we lost 7-0. I've been in the away end at Scum when we lost 5-1. None of them have felt like this. Because you can understand that you're playing against teams who have world-class players. But this is against QPR in the Championship, who are in 17th in the Championship. Like, this is a joke. You can't blame it on Meslier. It starts with the attackers who've given the ball away, then the midfielders who couldn't get there in time, then the defenders who've been pulled out of position, then the goalkeeper who's made a mistake. It's the whole team. Here's Kamara. Gray. Jadon Anthony. Just gives the ball straight to a QPR player. Standard. Here's Ampadu. Now Gray. Now Ampadu again. Shackleton. Shackleton's just come on. He's fresh and he's overplayed his first pass down the line to Joffy. Cleared away by QPR. Ampadu, Kamara. Back all the way to Meslier. Yeah, I can't believe that, Rob. Some people have paid that much money to go to a dead rubber. Throw into Leeds just outside the QPR technical area. There's 6 minutes of extra time. We're 2.5 minutes in. Here's Firpo. To Jaden Anthony. Crosses it into the box towards the back post, and then the ball just bounces all the way through and goes out for a goal kick. I'm not sure if we do lose Firpo, you know. I don't know who's going to take a chance on him. He's injury prone, he's poor in a higher division. Joseph has to start. Mateo Joseph has to start the next game. Ampadu heads that one away. Now Kamara cuts out the pass. Here's Firpo. Down the line for Anthony, but again it's... No, he's obstruction there. It's going to be a Leeds free kick. I don't know why Leeds are scrambling to get the ball back. We're not going to score 5 goals in 2.5 minutes, are we? Here's Joffy. Now Kamara. Jaden Anthony shoots from way out, saved by the goalkeeper. We're just resorting to pot shots from distance. Do you know, I wouldn't mind if we scored 1 goal now, just to lessen the goal difference slightly. That might help. I'll be interested. I don't really get to watch the the post-match questions for the manager because I usually have to make my match reactions straight away. But I think I'll get the clips later on Leeds' Twitter or something and see what he has to say for himself. Just giving the ball away there, Shackleton. Cleared by QPR. Here's Kamara. Now Joffy. Wait, no, that was Shackleton and Joffy. Shackleton and Joffy look very similar playing down there. Ball down the line for Adoma, but Ampadu does really well there to clear that. Well, to not clear it, but to pass it back to Meslier. Here's Kamara. 20 seconds to go then here. Firpo. Now Kamara. Plays it across to Ampadu. 10 seconds. Can we score 4 goals in 10 seconds? No, 4 seconds left. Too late now. Cleared away. And that's going to be it. Surely to God. Blow the whistle, ref. Yeah. All right then. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm not going to stick around too long because I'm so depressed. Thanks for watching though, and you can catch me live on whenever it is, Sunday. Whenever we play Southampton, whenever we go and lose to Southampton and lose in the playoffs, that's when you'll catch me again. I'm not in a good state of mind right now. I'm going to go before I get more annoyed, even though I'm going to do a match reaction now and rant on there, but Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Thanks for the super chat as well, Jeff Sannin. And thanks to all Leeds Lately members who contribute towards the upkeep of this channel. Thank you, everybody. See you next time on Leeds Lately.